Before I get started with this story, let me give a shout out to a twin sister in the Discord for sending me the story. When I read the headline of this story, I was like, are you kidding me? And it reminded me of that movie Freaky Friday that was with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis back in the early 2000s, where you had a mother and daughter make a wish and all of a sudden they swapped bodies. Like the essence of the other person jumped from one body to the other. But this one is far from that, in the sense of there was no wish to swap bodies, but it was just the fact that this mother, who's 48, stole her daughter's identity to start college and date younger guys. You heard that correctly. I think the biggest insult is the fact that this woman stole her daughter's identity. It's bad enough she stole anyone's identity, but she stole her own daughter's, and for the reasons of wanting to get a satisfaction from guys who are half her age, more than half her age at that. So let's go ahead and get into it. A Missouri mama is facing jail time after she admitted to stealing her estranged daughter's identity in order to secure student loans, enroll in college, and pursue her sexy co-ed fantasies. Now, the key word there is estranged, which means it sounds to me like her and her daughter don't have a relationship, or at least a close relationship. Laura Oglesby, age 48, posed as her daughter Lauren Hayes for more than 2 years in an elaborate scam that fooled both the federal government and locals in the small town of Mountain View. In 2016, Oglesby applied for a Social Security card in Hayes' name, which she promptly received in the mail. From that point on, Oglesby, who originally hailed from Arkansas and was then age 43, assumed her daughter's identity, saying her name was Lauren Hayes and that she was only 22 years old. The fraudster even started seducing unsuspecting men in their early 20s who had no idea that Oglesby was almost two decades older than she said she was. Everyone believed it. She even had boyfriends that believed she was that age, of 22. Chief Jamie Perkins of the Mountain View Police Department told the New York Times. Disturbing photos obtained by Missouri news station KY3 appear to show Oglesby even had her own Snapchat account where she pretended to be Hayes and posed with an array of youthful filters over her face. She had completely adopted a younger lifestyle, clothing, makeup, and personality. She had completely assumed becoming a younger person in her early 20s, Detective Stetson Schwinn told the local ABC outlet. Oglesby moved in with local couple Avery and Wendy Parker, a pair of apparently kind strangers in Mountain View who believed she was a young woman running away from a domestic violence situation. The manipulative mom told them her name was Lauren Hayes, and she went on to live with the Parkers for close to 2 years. During that time, Oglesby applied for a Missouri driver's license in her daughter's name before enrolling in Southwest Baptist University. She applied for financial aid and received a $9,400 in federal student loans, $5,920 in Pell Grants, and $1,863 in finance charges. Before I go any further, I'm sitting here thinking that all she did was pretend to be her daughter to go and mess with these younger men. But she went above and beyond and completely stole her daughter's entire life. This woman not only went to the school and enrolled, she got grants, she got loans, she got a boyfriend, she slept with random guys, she even moved in with these people who thought she was in a domestic situation for close to 2 years. She did all of that while assuming the identity of her daughter. This woman is not right in the head. Like I said, it's bad enough that she stole anyone's identity, but she stole her own daughter's identity. That's what makes this even more wild. Oglesby even worked at the local Mountain View library where locals knew her as Lauren Hayes. However, after more than 2 years, the elaborate scam came crashing down in August 2018. Police in Mountain View were contacted by authorities in Arkansas who believe Oglesby had committed financial fraud by using the name of her daughter. Recognizing the name, investigators approached Oglesby, who initially denied stealing her daughter's identity. However, it's reported that she subsequently broke down and admitted to the fraud. Oglesby is facing 5 years behind bars without parole after pleading guilty to one count of intentionally providing false information to the Social Security Administration. That's the other thing that she did. She applied for Social Security under her daughter's name while assuming the identity of her daughter. Under the terms of her plea agreement, Oglesby must also pay $17,521 in restitution to Southwest Baptist University in Missouri and to her daughter. The real Lauren Hayes has not yet spoken out about her mom's scam or how their relationship deteriorated. That's crazy. And that's one of them stories that if you come across, you have to see if there's multiple articles from reputable sources to confirm that this and what you are hearing is actually true. This woman is off the chain. Like, she literally consumed like her daughter's entire identity just to, have a good time. And she had to have planned that out. That's not just something you wake up one day and decide that you're going to do. Like, she had a plan to do this and executed it and got away with it for 2 years. 2 years that she was fooling people. This sounds like a Lifetime movie waiting to happen. I'm gonna be completely honest. I've heard of some scams before, but this one right here takes the cake in a sense of, like I said, that she took the identity of her own mother. Of her own daughter. And I'm curious too, what is that estranged relationship between the two of them? Like, what went wrong or what happened for them to not have a relationship? And my thing is this: if you have an estranged relationship with your daughter, you should have spent more time trying to see if you could build a bond back with your daughter instead of trying to become her. And whatever relationship they probably thought they could have salvaged is pretty much done at this point. At this point, she could no longer be trusted. She's a thief. This woman did more than steal a trinket. She stole her daughter's entire identity and walking around there pretending to be her. My thing is, how did she fool some of the people at the college? Like, her daughter went to the school, which means she interacted with people all the time. How people thought that this was her kind of blows my mind. Unless the daughter was taking online classes where she didn't have to come on the campus and really interact with anybody, then I could go with that. But if she was on campus and people saw her every day, I'm sure there's a distinguishing difference between her mother and her. Unless they look that much alike. Or this woman, I don't know. Like I said, it's so many questions. But this woman, she deserves every bit of punishment she comes her way. And if I were her daughter, she would never, ever hear from me again.